So, oops, let's see how we're gonna do this. Let's see, let's set this up properly so that you can see. Here's my juicer and here's my station. So, I think that might be okay. Okay, let's get started. So, I've already pre-chopped the watermelon, a whole watermelon. I'm really enjoying the juice at the moment. Normally I couldn't justify doing juice for watermelon because it's so rich in water anyway, so you may as well just eat it. But yesterday, and I do forget how delicious it is, especially when you've got the lime juice. So I've made fresh limes. So 1 whole watermelon to 2 limes on average, depending on your preference. But juicing this with the lime and the next day with the sugars, because overnight the sugars have been released. Oh my goodness, it's like pure red, could I say red gold? Pure gold. So I'm going to juice these. I've got my Muri juicer. It's a Chinese brand. It's cheap. It's easy. You know, I think it's on par with. I'm not affiliate with this Muri brand, but it's definitely on par with the Nano juicer that everyone's going on about. But Muri is a Chinese brand, and I think it comes in different brands as well. But Muri, M-I-U-I, easy to clean, great yield. I have lost in the move the seal, so I have to put a cloth underneath, but it works incredible. Like, daily juices is become a ritual for me, especially the green juices, the lemon ginger blast. But this is my new favourite, watermelon and lime. So I haven't got my actual attachments. I don't know where they've disappeared to. In the move, I lost quite a few things, I think. But lime and watermelon, look at this. How delicious is this? And then just putting a little bit of lime in. You can put it in at the top. And then I'm going to use my jugs to keep it in the fridge. I'm not going to sieve it or anything. But just pure gold. So I want to talk about low periods, as in just like last week I had a really tricky, challenging time with just my thoughts and emotions, and sometimes things are heavy, and that's completely normal when things are heavy, but it also doesn't take away that pain and that struggle. So like when you're going through cravings, especially if you're a person like myself that used food to numb, to soothe my pain. I was definitely, and times I am, but this time I choose nourishing food. So, but I get to the root cause now, and I sit there with my emotions and listen and observe and not do anything, just not be a fixer. So I've really stressed in that last live I did is not about trying to fix everything or trying to change the situation that you're in, is just being and accepting. I think what we try to do is hide away from the struggle. We try to do everything we can. That's why people take drugs. That's why people drink alcohol, why people eat to numb themselves, to distract, to escape. And in the long run, it actually causes more harm, as we see with health issues and, weight gain, relationship breakups, and these addictions that are so strong that cause havoc in our life. So it's not being perfect, but it's actually trying not to use any of these stimulating things to try to make us happy, because they don't make us happy. And we've all seen they don't, we see in our lives and with others. So it's trying to do our best on a day-to-day basis and feel the emotions that come up instead of trying to suppress them down. Let them surface. And it's something I've been really working through with Carl Cease's work about just being okay with not being okay, and just allowing my emotions to be heard and to be seen. And sometimes we just need to be seen. And I feel recently I'm feeling a lot of my abandonment and attachments that I didn't have in my childhood, and especially in my later years, my 20s. and they keep coming, they keep surfacing in these, feeling very isolated, very alone, and not having the structure and the stability in my family dynamics. I've always been quite a loner and traveling and doing a lot of things by myself, and I miss connection. I miss really deep conversations and love. And I think what I need now, what I've realized is, really deeper connections, offline mostly. I have some amazing connections online with my clients and my friends, but I'm really feeling the call, and there's a bit of resistance there too, because I've created a remote lifestyle, a very free lifestyle, but I also miss that deep connection with others, like that, just being in each other's presence, being deep. I love deep conversations. I love talking about our pain, our desires. I like getting to the roots of things, and sometimes it's too much for some people when I try and talk about it. I'm a bit too much, and I find like my conversations are too light most of the time. I want more substance to conversations. I want to know what people's real deep truths are, and I find not a lot of us are open to sharing that or feel uncomfortable. I'm not, and some people need psychedelics. I would say that helped me on this journey to be more articulate in the way I'm trying to express myself, because that's all it is with some people. They just can't articulate their deep desires, their trauma, their pain. So psychedelics do help in releasing and also witnessing and articulating and connecting the dots that we truly desire. And I feel called to do some microdosing, so I think that's going to and I've shared before my microdosing journey a few years ago. My first experience of psychedelics was only 2020, so nearly 3 years ago, and it changed my whole world, along with the juice cleansing, going raw vegan, and microdosing with psychedelics. I really went on a path of deep, and this is what I feel called to now. I feel there's another awakening, and this is why I'm feeling a lot of resistance and deep pain and uncomfortability, because I'm getting deeper. I'm really unraveling these layers, and it's like when you put your foot in a still water, because I feel like sometimes we're just stagnant, and when you put your foot down into a still water, you stir things up. So what we're doing is, when we're digging deep and when we're going on this spiritual journey, this awakening, and we really want to figure, or not just figure things out, but try and awaken these traumas, we get resistance sometimes, and sometimes it's too much, and some people just can't handle it and they move away. Whereas I want to hear it. I want to listen to this pain, to listen to, okay, what needs to be heard. So if you're going through some really tough times and it's all happening at once, and it just feels really, very intense, then just allow yourself to be a witness of that and be an observer rather than reacting in this, because I kind of do this like poor me mentality and why is it happening to me. Instead, now I flip it to just being the observer and watching the way I respond and react. It's a whole different perception in the way I live my life now. I live it with an observer view, looking down, like looking at my patterns, these behaviors that when I'm self-sabotaging, or when I'm doing things that are not in alignment. I just like look and be, okay, this is something that is coming up, and I'm allowing, instead of fixing it or trying to reason with it and understand it, I'm just letting it surface and just accepting this is okay, this is safe. When you allow yourself to feel safe in your own discomfort, that's when true calmness and peace comes. And it's not until you do this regularly and just sit in it. I know some people are so scared to sit in it because we're being told to distract ourselves all the time, especially when you're on this, in the weight loss industry, when uncomfortable feelings come, we want to eat. And for someone to tell you, oh no, don't, just sit in it, feel it, it becomes too intense. But other people are like, oh, well, if you're not going to eat, do some exercise, go and do something. We don't have to do things. We just need to sit in it and allow it to be heard, allow it to be seen, because this is the problem. We've been running away from it for so long, running away from our pain. we're not listening. And through the listening, through the seeing, is when we can release. And that's what I'm seeing with my clients and myself so much. If we can just be with it. Take no like understanding. Don't try to manipulate or try and fix or because we're all, a lot of us, we're not always fixers, but we're definitely runawayers. We want to run away from the pain. Do not run away. We don't need to run away because it's telling us something. These are our intuitive, emotional guidelines to allow us to feel. So yeah, that's my little stance on today. But yeah, I'm doing this watermelon juice with lime. It does, what you'll find is with the watermelon juice, it'll separate like this because of the lime is in with it. And all you have to do is mix it up. It's not a big deal. But lime and watermelon together is just so divine. So let me know if you do that, if you run away from your pain. Sometimes you feel, well, what do I do with it? Again, we don't need to know what we need to do with it. It's just sitting with it. Meditating regularly every single day, ideally in the morning when we're not so alert and we've got so much information coming through. When you first wake up, we're much more susceptible to listening and getting in touch with the divine. That's when the power truly lies. Put this in here, the line, and yeah, just being present as much as we can. Oh my goodness, look how amazing is this. Look at this deep redness, so divine. Let me know if you like watermelon and lime. Only recently I tried watermelon and lemon, and so delicious as well. And I say I wasn't into the watermelon juicing because you get so much water from the watermelon itself, but this is, especially after a hot day, or when you've been to the gym, or like say you come back and you're so hot, depending on where you are, I mean, Phuket time is always hot here. It's just so nice and refreshing to have a nice glass of watermelon juice. It's just it's been creative rather than, I do like to keep things simple as much as I can, but I do enjoy juicing. Look at this, so good. So let me know if you've got any questions. I don't know if anything's coming up, but let me know if you like these lives, and I'll do some more of these lives. And do some more live food and my thoughts. But yeah, I think that'll do for today. Hope you are awesome wherever you are. Check in, let me know. And I'll start scheduling some lives so that you can join in. But this was an impromptu live. I'm going to go get a shower, wash my hair because it's super greasy. Definitely needs washing today. Look at this. So amazing. Let's try it. So good. Divine. See you later.